Welcome to the first episode of the Sunderland Round-up. Now, what the series is going to entail is I'm going to be rounding up all of the news surrounding Sunderland in the past, however long it is. Could be a week, could be more, but we'll have to wait and see. Probably not going to be a week, let's be honest. Well, it might be a week during the window, but during the actual season, maybe not. So we've got 5 stories I'm going to talk about today. Most of them are to do with transfers. So without further ado, let's get into this. So as we know, Burnley have been trying to buy Jack Clarke. They put in 2 bids for him back in June, and then on Friday it was confirmed that they had put in a 3rd bid. And then on Saturday it was confirmed that this bid was only £9 million. 9 million. It's such a fucking joke, innit? Right, okay, but I've seen Burnley fans talk about this on Twitter, be like, 9 million, if anything, that's more than enough for Clarke. Is it really? When you look at other players who've gone for big transfers from the Championship to the Premier League, you know, Lewis Potter, back in the 21-22 season, managed 15 goals and assists for Hull, was then sold at Brentford for £20 million. You know, João Pedro again last season, against it, managed 15 goals and assists, went to Brighton for £23 million. When you put that into perspective for Jack Clarke, who last year got 23 goals and assists, and yet Burnley think he's only worth less than £10 million. No, just no. And it's just become a piss take away how this is their 3rd bid. And we still haven't even reached 10 million yet. Like, it's just a joke. Like, this clearly is just a Premier League club thinking they can take advantage of a Championship team. It just is. And you know, I see people being like, "Oh yeah, that's a good bid for Sunderland. Like, you know, Sunderland should accept that bid." Just no. Again, I'm using the Lewis Potter and Pedro examples. We can get so much more fucking money for Clarke. You know, he's still got 3 years left on his deal. He's still young and English. You know, the English tax is fucking unreal. I mean, fucking Declan Rice has just been sold for £105 million, and he's nowhere near worth that. You know, English tax adds a lot. And Jack Clarke, we can get, you know, like, I think 15 million should be the absolute minimum we should be looking to get for Clarke if we're going to sell him. Obviously, it's got, you know, rumoured that, you know, he wants to stay. You know, he's happy at the club, so there's no reason for him to go. But you know, if we were gonna get some money for him, you know, we'll want some good money for him. And basically, what I've got to say for Burnley is, you know, if you actually want to buy Clarke, either take the fucking bid seriously or piss off, because like, you're literally just wasting everyone's fucking time. It's beyond a joke. So over the road from Burnley, we do have Blackburn Rovers. Now, this morning it was confirmed that apparently they've been looking to sign Danny Batth on a free transfer. Like, honestly, what's in the fucking water over in Lancashire? Like, do all the clubs think they can just fucking waltz in and take the absolute piss with us? Like, okay, I get it. This one's a little bit different. You know, Danny Batth, he's 33. He's 32. He turns 33 in September. Still got a year left on his deal. Arguably one of, if not the best defender in the Championship last season. And you want to sign him on a free transfer? And apparently Blackburn are only really using him as a backup. Really? Sorry. I find it hilarious. I just find it hilarious how these clubs think they can just fucking do whatever the fuck they want. Honestly, it's a joke. But apparently the source is only from Alan Nixon, so likelihood is it isn't true anyway. And apparently he's already been down to Blackburn for a medical and it's failed it, which I suppose makes sense, because, you know, he is still carrying an injury from the back end of last season. But I highly doubt we would have allowed him to go down there for a free transfer. I doubt it, especially after we've just let Bailey Wright go. It just doesn't add up. Really doesn't add up to me. So one of the big transfer sagas so far in the Championship has been surrounding Ellis Simms. Now obviously he spent the first half of last season on loan with us and did alright, got 7 goals, not too bad. His trajectory would have led him to scoring 25 goals last season, so clearly something worth there. But once again this morning it has come out that apparently Everton value him at around £7 to £10 million. It's just like what I said before about the English tax, how it can do crazy things. However, once again, this is a little bit different because Ellis Simms has half a year of Championship football under his belt. And apart from 1 or 2 starts he made in the Premier League, that's literally the highest he's played at football. And yet Everton value him at no less than £7 million. I'm sorry, that's a joke. Like, okay, I get it. I know Everton are struggling for money. But £7 million for a player who's got half a year of Championship football. As a highest level, he's consistently played that. No. Like, I thought Ipswich going in with a £4 million bid was more than enough. Like, I honestly wouldn't value Simms at any more than £3 million, an absolute push. And this is from someone who's actually watched some Ellis Simms play for half a season. Right, he's a great finisher, don't get me wrong, but off the ball, fuck me. He was so poor off the ball, like his movement was just shocking. It really was, and he looked so uncomfortable at times as well. But £7 to £10 million, like, I don't think anyone's gonna fucking pay that money. We're definitely not gonna pay that money. I doubt Ipswich are gonna pay any more. Blackburn probably won't because they've been linked, and Swansea probably aren't gonna pay that. Coventry aren't going to pay that. So Everton, I don't know what you're thinking you're doing here, where you clearly don't see Simms having a future at your club. So why are you driving the fucking price up so much? I've got one theory about the price. I'm guessing that they're probably going to move the price up and also try and get a swap deal with Coventry for Gyökeres, which I suppose makes sense, but is that well, apparently Gyökeres is off to Portugal. He's playing for Sporting Lisbon apparently. A £20 million deal's already been agreed and a 35% add-on, So that's so he's pretty much out of the picture. So Everton now it's highly considered rethinking that because you're not going to get him for fucking less than £7 million. You're not going to get him for more than £7 million. That's an absolute piss take. So it wouldn't be Sunderland without any fresh injuries. Now we're literally 2 days into the new season as a whole, as it would be, and we already have some injury concerns. It's been confirmed by Mowbray that Aji Elise, Ross Stewart and Corey Evans won't be available for the game against Ipswich, which I think we all expected. Obviously Stewart and Evans both had long-term injuries back in the last season. Elise was off a big moment, like a big amount of time himself, and he came back for the Luton games, but obviously as we all know, in the off season he did pick up another injury, so there's no real surprises there. And then also Dennis Serkin and Jensen Seals are going to miss most of pre-season. They might be back for the start of the actual season, but pre-season they're pretty much going to be a write-off, which is a shame. So yeah, injuries already. It's just great start in it, honestly, on. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if we have, I don't see us having another bad injury season as we did last year, because I don't think that's even remotely possible. But fingers crossed. So this was a last minute story, as this was only brought out like half an hour ago. But Slovenian international Zan Vipotnik is unconfirmed to be joining Sunderland. Now for the last week or so, it's been rumoured that it's going to be mostly down between us and Leicester as to who he would sign for. And as I already mentioned, the unconfirmed reports suggest that he is coming to Sunderland. Again, will be a great signing for us, Vipotnik. I'll be honest, don't know much about him. It's a quick research. Apparently, 20 goals in 29 games last season for Maribor. So he had an unbelievable season in the Slovenian Premier League, whatever you want to call it. And he has recently broken into the Slovenia national team. Got 1 goal currently in the Euro 24 qualifiers. So clear there's something about him. You know, he's still only 21 years old, so loads of time ahead of him. Yeah, this will be a really good signing, really, really good. You know, the reason why it was down to us and Leicester for how much it was going to be from signing, because apparently probably was going to be quite a hefty fee. I'll say hefty, you know, it's like, you know, talking maybe like 2, 3, 4 million pounds, whatever. To be fair, when you think that Ipswich tried to bid that for Ellis Simms and got nowhere, whereas we're signing for a player who, yes, has no real experience in the Championship, but has already scored more goals in one season than Ellis Simms has in his whole fucking career. It's why not? Why not? Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did enjoy it, please do let me know, and I'll definitely make more of them in the future. That's it for me. I'll see you all next time.